Also, welcome to another day on the JMeter session, right? And we are in day 5. So what we have discussed till yesterday is about HTTP protocol, right? We have seen that in with real-time example how the things are there. Then we have looked into request response headers, okay, a status code or response code, methods, right? Now we'll go ahead and understand the transaction little bit in more detail. So overall, by now, hope people have got the idea what the transaction is. Right? Just a sec. Just a second. Yeah. So see any user action that is performed by a user on a web page or on a web application is and which generates a HTTP HTML request to the server, right? That is technically called a transaction. Okay. But there can be many user action. Uh, User doing anything is a user action, but understand that uh, only those user action which are called valid transaction in performance testing, which is generating some request to the server and some responses received. We cannot call anything transaction. So it's like that. Let us see. So so suppose I'll show you something. Let us say we'll go to Flipkart. And then here so we are on this page, right? And if you see here so many drop down datas are there, okay? And if I am doing anything, suppose I'm going and just selecting this stuff, and you see drop down datas are loaded. So, so do you see anything happening in the network tab, right? Okay, so you do not see anything, right, happening in the network tab. Okay, so we will not be calling these user action hovering. This is generally called hover, right? So this is not a user. This is also user action, but actually it cannot be called a user action because it's not generating anything in the network tab, any valid thing, right? And as I said, do not focus on this. In last session also I've explained these are some additional call. See, they get repeatedly made when we do not do anything. So this should not be on focus. Focus should be when we are doing anything. So at that time, if any request is going, okay. So right. So like that, that time, that one example on login that I have shown you. Like let us say I go to login, and suppose here I was entering a wrong mobile number, right? And then when I'm clicking on request OTP, that time nothing is happening here and this message is coming, right? So that time, in that case, it's not a valid transaction. Only when we are putting the correct one, the correct mobile number, and then we are hitting the this, then we see some request being made here. We can also see the payload, right? Yeah, request payload, the number going. So like that. Even if I click on continue, I can it will send some request, right? So you got the idea. So like that on any. So what I'm trying to make you guys understand is not all user action can be called as transaction in performance testing because we have to generate. Performance testing is what generating load to the server. So anything we are doing, it should be generating a request. Those things only we should consider because we are going to send that request and get the things done, right? And then we are going, that is what then we are going to load test that, right? Putting more number of user and check the response times and the user load stuff, right? So, so some example, right? So likewise, like I have shown hovering over that menus and it's not doing anything. Some JavaScript calls, like just now I have shown one JavaScript call, right? Then many times you have seen that on website checkboxes will be there. You have to put a tick mark in that. And when you are putting a tick mark, many people will think, is it part of performance testing? No. Generally, until unless when you are putting a check mark and you parallelly open the network tab, right? The dev tool that is also called as network tab, and check anything is happening or not. If anything, nothing is happening, then putting check mark on those option is not a part of performance testing, right? Same way, drop down menus. Sometimes there are many drop down option, right? Hope you know what is drop down, right? uh, Selection, we get the choice and we put some selection in that, right? So on user interface, on the user stuff, here generally suppose some drop down will be there somewhere on, right? uh, like hovering or anything like drop down comes, so you think selecting a choice from drop down, uh, that that is also user action, right? But in performance testing that cannot be considered unless and until it is generating some request. Okay, they're generating some request. If it is not generating, that cannot be also part of performance. We cannot consider that. Same as pop-ups. Pop-ups, so like many time on website, pop-ups comes yes, no kind of thing, and we have to just click on that, right? So any kind, so even clicking on those pop-ups is a user action. But again, if you are clicking on that pop-ups and if it is not generating anything, that you will not be considering, right? So very simple, correct? So until and unless these all actions are they are not generating a valid request and response, we will not consider, right? Many user action, see, user action is a common term. Many things is there in user action. Okay, but user action is only a transaction in performance testing when the user is doing something and parallelly a request is generated and response is received. Okay, related to that. Next is there can be multiple transaction on a single web page. Okay. Um, so on a single web page only, like for an example, suppose earlier, suppose I was clicking here and then going to login and 8, 10. If I click on request OTP, okay, so that request has went here. It has checked the user doesn't exist and that message came. Now again, it is asking to register now. So if I click on that, one more thing came, right? And the requests are getting generated. So you see, page didn't change, right? So many a time on a single page only, there can be 2 to 3 transactions. Hope you are getting the idea. It means that um, generally till now what you have seen is, suppose we are putting URL. So that is homepage launch, right? So, and we see the page getting changed. Then suppose we are selecting something, again whole page gets changed, right? And yeah, so generally that happens. But sometime on a single page only, there can be multiple. Like you see, page didn't change, and we had 2 to 3 transaction was there earlier, just for sending OTP, then verifying that, and then now this is registration. Page is not changing, right? So it's not necessary. So what I'm trying to say that it's not necessary that always whenever you do action, the page will change, right? You can be on same page, and there can be multiple user action you will be doing, which will be generating requests. So we have to consider all of them, okay, in a small part. So that is one. But in more, this happens very rarely in very small kind of scenarios. But in most of cases, when you do anything, generally page changes. Okay. But see, why I'm saying this page change and other thing, this has nothing to do in performance testing. Okay. But for generally people are new, so uh, so that's why this point we should understand. Otherwise, uh, page and all those things, actually it has nothing to do in when after we prepare the script, you'll see we do not work on page and this browser and no. Okay, we just work on the request which gets generated, right? We just focus on that. These all thing, the page change and all these things are not needed. Simply, this is why I'm saying for understanding purpose for the new peoples, right? Now, next point about transaction is some one transaction or one user action. Remember, can have one HTTP HTML request, or sometime it can have set of multiple HTTP HTML request to the server. Okay, so it means that uh, that exercise we did in very beginning, if you remember. So we were clicking few pages on Amazon, and that time each time I was clicking, one request was generating. So it means that one transaction we were doing, and then we each transaction was having one request, right? But in that only we click on add to cart or sign in something, and we had two requests, right? So that clicking on that add to cart or sign in button generated two requests. Got the idea? So one transaction can have one request, or in some cases, one transaction can have multiple requests also, right? So this we have to understand. Hmm? So all that you can see in Dev tool. So I'll just give you one more example of this. Even I have shown that earlier also, I think in demo day, one only I have shown. So suppose I'll open a website called Knob Commerce. So if you see, this is the main page, this is the login page of this website. And when I uh, launch this website, so this is one request, okay, only one request. And so one transaction I did, one transaction means one user action, right? I did, and we had one request for that. We got the response. Response obviously will come in code format, right? We know that. This I've opened in Google Chrome. Uh, in Mozilla Firefox, you open by default it will show like this. Uh, shows as by default it shows as raw, and we have to click on this raw to have the code. Okay, but in Google Chrome default it shows as code. So so that is there. Okay, right now. So that is one request, correct? And you can see the request also reflecting. And apart from that, we have the embedded resources. JS files are there. Mostly JS files are there. One CSS file is there, style sheet, and a few images are there, fonts and images. So these are what? These are embedded resources, right? These we have already discussed. We do not focus on this. Initially, we do not focus. When to focus on that, I'll tell you later on. Fine. So one transaction, one request, right? Now, let me go to next transaction. So next transaction, suppose we are going to do the login. So here already the username and password is there by default, or you can put it from here. But by default, it will come here. So if I click on login now, then you will observe the three calls being made, three requests. Okay, and these all three are important. We have to make them as that in our script also, which we prepare, right? And they are in sequence. Sequence means one after another. They need to be fired one after another. You can see here also. So this will be fired when this will finish. Then second one will be fired, and then the third one will be fired, right? So this is one. This is another one. This is another. So we have total three. So login transaction is one, or login user action is one technically, right? But it has generated three requests. Not only three, there are more, but for now, just understand three, right? So login scenario in general term, it's a one, right? It's a one. But in so people to a normal user, he say, oh, okay, we have done login. But you have to understand how login is behaving, right? Login is putting three requests, so it is uh, you can think in normal language like it's firing three bullets or three arrow to the server, right? So more stress, right? It is giving more stress compared to the home page it was, right? So that is there. And then below there are more requests also, which I'll be covering again later on. Do not worry. I think in day one also I've shown that if you see this JSON files and this all, which are bringing the data of this page, okay, which is downside. Yeah. So for this login in total, and actually these calls, there is a difference between synchronous and asynchronous calls. So I'll be again explaining that as I said in future classes. So this is not becoming bigger. Okay, it's not becoming bigger. Anyhow, anyway, so so these were fired one after another. We can see the sequence. But for this call, if you see, they are asynchronous. They do not wait for each other. They are almost fired in the same time. Or here you can see they start time, right? Here also. So that is the thing, right? So it all depends on action to action. Means on see, you'll ask, you will be having question that where this happens, right? So it all happens depending on transaction to transaction. Okay, there are different applications in this world, uh, and like on Amazon only that day when we were doing practice. So most of the time when we were clicking, we were having one transaction and one request, right? But when we click on add to cart or I think sign in, we had two requests, right? So it can happen, right? These things can happen anywhere in any transaction. There is no rule for that. Okay. What we have to do is just we have to identify those requests, those calls. That's it, right? Uh, and just we have to remember that one transaction can have one request, and one transaction can have multiple requests also. And again, there are embedded resources as well with every transactions. Embedded resources are there, right? For every page, actually, the embedded resources are there, right? If you see downside, if you see downside in them only here, embedded resources will be there. So our focus should be only on the requests. So this covers about what, transactions. Now, each request that you see, right, they are also technically called as calls, APIs, or endpoints in IT world. Then, yeah, we'll talk about browser cache and browser cookie. So, see, there is two important concept in this IT world, and that is what browser cache and browser cookies. You'll ask me what is that, right? And we have to understand. So first we'll talk about cookies. So cookies are actually a storage area in the browser where few static components or files are cached. Cached means stored, okay, locally in the browser whenever we visit or browse a web application. So any application whenever we are browsing or visiting, right? Visiting or browsing is same thing. So that time some static components or file of that website is just stored in the storage area. It is called cached, right? So, so we'll see that in practically also. These files include any documents building that web page, such as HTML file, CSS file, the embedded resources. They can be there. Why caching is there? Caching is helps in decreasing the response time on a web application at user end whenever that user visits that application repeatedly. Okay. So we'll talk about this. I'll show you. So what we have to do is on any browser, uh, we have history, right? And how to clear the history. So either you can press Control plus H to clear the history. Press Control plus H, or to delete the history, we have Control Shift and Delete. So okay, we will go with pressing Control H. So this is history, right? Now here you'll see delete browsing history will be there. It's there everywhere. I think you people also know that. Click on that, and then you go to advanced tab, and here select all time, right? All time, and then you will observe two tabs, right? Downside, one is cookie and one is cache, right? So let me do what? Uh, yeah. What I'll do for just for now we will be learning about cache, right? Cache. So what I'm going to do, I'll uncheck everything. Only cached part will be checked, right? And let it be this, or we can uncheck this also, not an issue. So you see, I have only here it's showing some MB, right? MB means a storage area, I should say it, right? A storage. So a storage is always measured in hard disk kind of thing only, right? The storage. So this much memory continually it's a consume. Now I'll clear that. I'll clear that. Oh, again, if we check Control H and go to browsing. So now you see it's a that has been cleared and we have less than 1 MB, right? Now what I'll do, I'll start browsing some website. Okay. So let us open Flipkart. Amazon. Um, I'm opening some little big website, big in the sense where datas are more, just to have this idea. Like that, a few more we can. So I just visited three website, right? Three website. Visiting means just I have just opened the home page of three website, right? Now let us go and check that. Let me press Control Shift Delete, and when you press Control Shift Delete, it will directly come here. So you see the size has increased 7.2 MB. Okay. Now I'll do what? I'll just browse here only some pages. So let us keep on browsing. I'm browsing. I'm just opening multiple pages there, different items. Okay, so I have done here on Flipkart only. I have done. Now again, let us go and see. You see, it has increased to 20 MB. Right? So you see how it is increasing. So likewise, if I do more or if I do the same thing on other websites like this, if I go and do on other websites also, it will increase. Okay, now let me quickly show that. Uh, Control Shift. You see, it increased more on Amazon. The catching was more. So from 20 MB to 93 MB, right? Okay, so what is happening here? So this is called catching. Okay, so this catching thing, it is everywhere in every browser. You can check at your in your browser also. You'll see it. If you people have not cleared from many days or from many months or years, it will be in very huge size. It will be showing 300 MB, 600 MB, something kind of that. It will be showing. Now, what is that? We have to understand, right? So whenever we let me just clear it again, then delete. So you um, just open the network tab and suppose I will do what to understand this. First, let us disable this catching here in network tab and understand. I'm launching the Flipkart home page one. Now, when we launched home page, so the main calls is here. Right? Downside are all embedded resources. If you see SVG file, JS file, and all are images, most of them. Right? This is for Flipkart. For Amazon also, we have seen this. Right? So many. Since these are so many, we see this many. Right? No need to worry about that. Right? Now we know right what they are. The JS file are there. The JPEG file are there. The images are there. Okay. Now, and I cleared the previous cache. Right? And for now, if you see the all this they have, it is showing the size for them, right? And how much time it took for them to process, right? So main request went here and it took for Flipkart to send the response in almost 7-10 seconds, right? And then the whole thing got processed, right? Okay. Yeah. And then these are loaded and all those things. So for that also some time is needed, okay? Which are in very millisecond if you see in milliseconds. Now, Okay, so forget about that. We'll talk about this again later on. This seconds another thing. But for now, we just focus that okay, we you see this KBs and the time it's saying. Now what I'll do, I'll just clear this and I'll just refresh this. So you will observe the change. When I'm refreshing that, you see for most of the component, it's showing a disk cache or memory cache. And time is also reduced to almost 2 ms or zero, almost zero for many. Right? If you scroll up also here also you see disk caches, right? And yeah, for many, right? See disk cache and you see the time almost zero or one or very less, right? Very less, very less. It's in milliseconds. So earlier for this, it was showing KB and time was little bit more, right? But now this is less. Okay, so this has happened. So this is happened. Okay, right? For most of them, you see this behavior is there. Likewise, if I visit on other page, this will be there. So what is happening that we have to understand. See, whenever we visit any website first time, okay. So some of these components, which the website people may have designed to, right, uh, especially the part of embedded resources, they they get saved in the local area, the storage area of the browser. That is called caching area. Here you see them in disk cache form or memory cache. It's showing, right? uh, for memory cache, it's almost 0 ms, and for disk 2. So I'll also tell you the difference between them. Do not worry. For now, just understand this. So they get saved, okay, locally this part, right? And when that's what when I first visited Flipkart, they got saved, right? Now when I revisited means refreshing. I did refresh, right? So what it's showing that all uh, in the first time they came from server side, they all got loaded from server side, and then that is the reason we were seeing the size and the time was also little more, right? But after that they got after downloading from server they got saved to the browser, so browser cache, right? Now when I revisiting that page, so this thing like that many are there on downside also. Instead of they getting called from the server, right, while processing, they they are called from locally. Locally means from the browser cache area only they are loaded, okay? And that is why this is showing the like this, and even the time is also very less, it's showing. So this is what caching concept, okay? So and that is the reason, since they gets saved, right? We see that area when I was clearing, if you remember, the size was keep on increasing, right? So because of this they keep on increasing, and we have you can see, suppose in your laptop also you have browsed so many, and from 6 months or 3 months you have not checked, go and check, you will see 300 MB 600 MB catching that much will be stored, and because of that many time browser becomes slow also. So this is there because now you'll ask me why it is there, right? Why we are learning that. So this is there because this is implemented because a user, suppose you are visiting Amazon now also, you will visit in future also, right? This is normal thing. User will keep on visiting that website. So when you have first visited the Amazon in your laptop, the things will be, or Flipkart, the things will which needs to be saved, they will be saved, right? Now again next time, next day, or maybe whenever next time again you are opening your browser and visiting the same Amazon, so that time you will face less response time. Why? Because these things will be loaded from the cache directly instead of getting called from the server. And that is why the response time of loading the page or the next page, if you go, they will be that is what you see less, and hence the loading of the page will be faster. Okay, that is one concept. Next concept is on the same page on the same website. What happens is there are multiple pages where some of the embedded resources remain same. Okay, they remain same. So whenever we visit the other pages also, so instead of getting every page, right? Every transaction we do has a request, and every request will have embedded resources. We know that, right? So I'm saying that a kind of page, because page changes. So in layman's language, so on every page, the embedded resources will be there. Now the common embedded resources, you understand, right? Which is common for all the pages, which once got downloaded when we visited the home page, right? It will not be downloading again for the other pages, because already it's downloaded and saved. So when we visit, so that's why most you'll observe that first time when you open a website, it will be little slow. And when you keep on browsing again that website, you see it becomes faster. Why? Because we have seen that, right? Response come from server, and this all thing takes time to process, right? So first time when we visit, this all thing gets loaded. Now whenever we are visiting other pages, it becomes faster, because this all thing many of these things are already there and in the browser, and the browser, instead of calling them from server, it loads them from that local cache area. Okay, which is locally, right? There is nothing from server side, and hence response time is very less, right? And we see fastness. So that is there. Now caching concept is implemented in performance testing. Remember, in very beginning, few people were having query about client side. So I'll tell you more on client side again also. For now, understand that caching concept is implemented when you are doing for client side performance testing. So how to do that and other thing, I'll explain a little bit on that. But yes, and we have to understand this because it is something related to right? So it's nothing, right? Very small concept. So that is catching. Got the Now, so what is this and why it is implemented? You hope you understood that. Now, next is yeah, next is we have cookies. We have cookies. Next concept is cookies. Cookies is more important than catching. Uh, Catching is simple thing you have understood. Cookies are a little bit more because it is used, and I think cookies have shown that also in request header, right, or response header, cookies will be there. They're important thing. They helps the user and the website to recognize the user and also to remember the session, right? So let us understand the cookie. So cookies are set of values or data sent by web application to the browser. We can say vice versa whenever the user visits it, right? These are stored in that browser uh, using which the user is browsing that website. The cookies are also stored, but actually they are value. They are not kind of cache thing. They are a small. They are just value. So we will see that. And the cookies are part of headers. Okay, understand. So these are the set of values. First, they will be sent by web application to the browser, and then from browser to application, they will keep on interchanging, right? Whenever the user visits the website. Why cookies is there? So cookies helps in remembering the user session for that user on that web application, and also to recognize the user, right? So cookies IDs are like this. Uh, session ID, cookie value tokens, and we are also going to understand user session also now, right? So I think day before yesterday only I told, right, that how a website recognizes us from so many user, or the example that I told you to do, that open to Google Chrome in your laptop and same website and everything, and one you are searching Nike and another you are searching Adidas, and never this exchange of result happens, right? So like that only, suppose 10 lakh people are using a very big websites, right, for our basis. So how there is no serving of wrong response, how the server recognizes each other, right? So we are going to understand now because of these cookies. So the cookies are also there when you press on Control Shift Delete, you will see cookies also. Uh, so cookies are not like MB stuff, right? They are very small thing, and these are totally different concept. Okay, do not mix them. This is caching where data is saved, the embedded resources are saved, so that whenever we visit the other pages of that website again and again, or that website we revisit in future, right? They gets loaded from our browser, and yeah, they gets loaded from our browser, right? And we have the less response time. Okay, so it's a very simple thing. This right, and cookies stuff is totally different. Okay, they are not same. Okay, so do not mix them. So what is cookies then? Cookies, to understand the cookie, acha, first let us understand the cookie thing, the user session thing. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just clearing the cookies. Uh, Here, if you check, I have unchecked all the thing. Only cookies thing is there. Let me close this website. So it's showing from 15 sites, 15 websites. I'll just delete that. Okay. And again, I'll press Control Shift Delete, and you'll see cookies are none. Right? There is no cookie. I'll just close this browser, and again I'll open that. And we'll do what? We'll go to Flipkart. And yeah, Flipkart. Fine. We came here, and let us click on any product. And I have not logged in. Okay, remember, I have not logged in. Let us say any product. We'll add it to cart. So this product is there in cart. Okay, it has been added. If you again will go here, by default, even it's showing on the here that one item is there in cart. I have not logged in. Again, I'm saying I have not logged in yet, and I can go to the cart and I can see it. Right now, see, I'll just minimize this. And yeah, now what we will do is I'll just open one more Google Chrome, and then same here also I'll open again Flipkart. When I'm opening Flipkart again on this another, this is another tab of same Google Chrome, right? And you see automatically that it's showing in cart, and if I go there and click, it's there. It's there. Already there, it was there on one web page in another tab, and I revisited here uh, in this uh, in this tab, right? Another tab in another windows, uh, and you see automatically it was there. So how it is? Correct. Now what I'll do you is I'll just clear the cookie anywhere here only. Suppose I'll press Control Shift Delete. You see the it's showing now only the cookie was none, right? Now it's showing 9 sites. Now it has been checked, and we will delete that, right? And we have not yet signed in. Okay, I'll again show you. We have not yet logged in. Now let me just delete. I have deleted it. Okay. Now what I'll do in front of you only, I'll just refresh this page, and or let us refresh this page first. Okay, on this. So refreshing. You see, it went. It's not there. Okay. Here also, if I'm refreshing, again it went away. Now it's not there. Okay, it's not there. So again, if I open a new window and if I open the Flipkart, it will not be there. It has been gone. See, got the idea. Cookies, right? I just deleted the cookie and we uh, it has been gone and everything become normal, like our normal website. So what is this cookie? So see, and one more example before making you guys understand about cookies. One more example you can do in your end also. Generally, many people do that. Like let us say we have Gmail, right? Suppose we have a Gmail or Facebook. Suppose now Facebook, many people are like it's outdated now. Earlier, Facebook people used to use very often, right? But yeah, let us take the example of Gmail one. You do one thing. You can try this in your laptop. You sign in first time. Whenever first time you visit Gmail, it will ask for email ID and then password, right? Email and password. So you enter that and you sign in, right? Now, once you do that, you will land on inbox page, correct? Inbox page, right? Emails and all other thing you see. Now you do one thing. You do not sign out. Sign out button is there, right? Do not sign out. Simply close the browser. Okay, simply close the browser. And again, you can also close your laptop also. And again, maybe after 1 hour or immediately also, you can again open your laptop. Again, open your browser, and again you go to the Gmail. When you go to the Gmail again, that time it will not ask you to again sign in. I think you people may have observed that maybe, but you can try this. It will not ask you to log in again. Directly you will come to the inbox page. Okay, directly you are going to come to the inbox page, right? And what I told that before closing in the first time, no need to sign out, right? So you are coming to the inbox page. See, that directly automatically. Now you do one thing. Next time when you are second time coming there, so you'll directly come to inbox page. Even you have closed the browser, closed the laptop again, you are right. So you are coming there inbox. It's not asking you for signing. Now what will happen? Uh, so next time when you are coming to inbox, you have tested that. Then you do what? You clear the cookies. You know how to clear the cookies, right? Just now I have shown that. Clear the cookies, okay? And then just refresh that Gmail page. You'll see automatically you will be signed out. Automatically. Or right, you automatically or you will be signed out. No need, you have not signed in out. Only you have cleared the cookies, automatically will be signed out. Same way on the first time also, whenever you are visiting uh, on inbox page, first time you entered username and password and you didn't do the sign out, just clear the cookie and refresh. You will observe automatically you have been signed out automatically. Okay. So you got the idea why. So this is cookies. Cookie, remember that session with the application. Actually, it's a value. See, as I told you, the servers do not recognize the IP address, the Wi-Fi, the laptop, and all those things. They do not know you, and we are also not signed in this example, right? I told you. Okay. So even the example that in same tab you open two window and open two Flipkarts and search the same thing. So how the server is recognizing you, right? How it's not serving wrong response because of a value. Server will assign a value to you, and all your information till you are there on that server, that things will be there in that value. Okay. That value is a unique ID. Like we have, right? Unique ID, unique ID. So based on that, server is recognizing all 10 lakh people in this world and serving the uh, the correct response to every user. Okay, and the sessions also are stored in that cookies thing only. Now, what is the session? What is the meaning of session? Session means this stuff. Like I sign into the Gmail and I didn't sign out. Right, I closed the windows, close the laptop. Again, if I'm coming to the Gmail directly, I'm going to the inbox page. So my session is live, you can say, right? The session is ongoing. How it is happening, I'll show you, do not worry. Or here also, you can add so many products, right? How we have added. You can close the browser, close the laptop. Again, we are not signed it yet. Again, I'm saying, right? We have logged in, not logged in. Again, if you are opening the Flipkart or Amazon, anything, next time, you will see those products will be added. It will be there. until unless you are removing them manually or you are clearing the cookies, or there is expiry of cookies also after some 7 days or something, they expire automatically also. But at least for 1 day or for 2 days, it will be there. You can see it will be there. Oh, how it is there? We are not also logging in. How it is there? How next time when we are visiting the Flipkart, uh, but again you have to visit from the same browser which you have used earlier. Okay, because every browser has different cookie area and cache area. It's not common. So my Mozilla Firefox will be having its own cookie cache thing, right? Because this cookie and cache are stored in the browser only, right? So it's browser specific. Google Chrome has its own, right, like that. So using the same browser, again, if you are visiting the Flipkart, you will see this thing will be, they will be there. They will be there. Okay. So how it's happening? So see, what happened whenever you first time visit a website, first time you are sending a request. This is browser, this is server. Server will send you the response, first response. First response, you are generally home page. We generally always launch the home page, right? So response of. With that, server will send you a unique ID, ID session ID. It's called session ID. Session ID. First, who will send this? Server will send. And this is part of headers, right? You remember I told na headers why they are there and why it's important. So this will be part of, these are part of header, response header. First time you'll see that session ID in response header. After that, whatever the activity you are doing, next activity means next request you are sending to the server, and the response, whatever you are doing the transaction, right? You are exchanging the request response thing. With that, this session ID will keep on going and passing with the server and browser back to back. In the request header, that will be there, this session ID. And using this session ID, server remembers, okay, this is a unique user and I have started my session with this user. So I have to treat this user whatever information he wants. And that way he recognizes you, right? So 10 lakh people. So you see, suppose 10 lakh people at a time are opening Amazon. So they will having 10 lakh unique IDs, and server will only assign to them, right? I'll show you also, do not worry in real time. But first let us understand. So server will assign to. Using that he recognizes you. Okay. And next time whatever you are keep on doing, this session ID keeps on going and coming with the headers, whatever the user action are doing on the website, right? So session ID. Now suppose I added 4 products here. Even I have not logged in, I added 4 products. So that 4 product information got saved in the cookies part, which is extended of the session only cookies thing. Cookie are also a session ID also part of cookies only. And then again more information will be added in that. That value looks very complex. I'll show you that. Do not worry. That okay. This in that value only this all thing it's kind of coded form. It will be stored. That okay. I have added 4 item in my cart on Flipkart, and that will be stored. Okay. And now this session and cookies are stored in our browser. I have shown you, right? We are clearing that, and that is stored, right? So let us say that whole value is stored in our browser. Now next time again, suppose I'm closing my browser, closing my laptop. Again, next time when I'm visiting my let us say Flipkart only. So when I'm sending the again home page, obviously whenever you open the Flipkart again, generally home page, everyone open the home page. So from browser, whenever next time you are sending that request, whatever request, let us say homepage only. So with that value which is already stored in our browser, right? That goes to the server. Okay, that session value, the cookie value, that goes to the server, and response comes. Now because of that value, server recognize hey, that is that user who has added 4 items in my cart. So I will send that response to him with those 4 items already added. Right, already added, correct. And that is the reason when I open another browser in front of you only, and another browser means same browser, another window, right? Browser we have to keep same. So another window of the same browser, and I visited Flipkart, and you see the cart, in the cart the item was there, right? Because of this. Now after that what we did, we cleared the cookies, right? In front of you only I cleared the cookies, and then I refreshed this home page only. So what happened when we are clearing the cookie, this existing value is getting deleted. Okay, getting deleted. So because cookie is cleared at user end. After that, when you are resending the request, so that request is going a fresh request. With that, this value is not going. Now, when this it's going as a fresh request to the server, server is treating you as a new user, as a fresh user. Okay, because all the information about you has been removed, or what you did has been removed. So again, it is treating you as a new user, and hence you see the thing where gone the what we added, right? And again, everything is started as a fresh. Okay, right? Got the point. Same thing happens in Gmail stuff also. The example I told you. Right? Let us say first time you are logging in, right, and to the server. So your that you have signed in and other thing will be stored in that session ID and the cookie value, right? Cookie value. And I told you that do not do sign out, because if you do the sign out, that will also be stored. So I told you, right, not to sign out and just close browser and again open. Even if you want to try, you can close the laptop and all those things. And again, if you open the laptop and same browser you are opening and again visiting the Gmail ID, you are sending this request to go to the Gmail ID, the request will go, but it will not ask you for entering the email ID and password. Why? Because the previous session, right, that you have signed in and all is that is stored in a cookie value, and cookie value is stored right in our Google Chrome area. So whenever the next time you are sending that request, with that request, this value is going to the server, and server is recognizing you. Okay, that fellow has already registered yesterday only or a few hours back only. Not registered means sign in, right? So why to again ask him to sign in, because the value is coming, right? Value is coming. Value is a ID, so it is treated as a authenticated thing. So using that value, he will recognize it. So he will not ask you to again put the password. He will directly give you the inbox page, and you'll see you'll directly land to the inbox page. Okay. Now what I told you, I told you to clear the cookies, right? So you clear the cookie, and again you try without signing out. Also, automatically will be signed out. Why? Because when you are clearing that cookie, that information is deleted. Once it is deleted and again you are refreshing means what? Just sending the request one more time, right? New time. So this is deleted, right? So it's kind of fresh request going. And again, you are a new user to the server. So automatically you will be signed out and everything will become normal. Like how normal means what? What is the meaning of normal? Normal means whenever you visit the website first time, how the things will be there. That is called new session, right? New stuff or fresh stuff. Okay, then you sign in or you keep adding the things, then you are doing something, right? So your session is saved, but once the cookie is deleted, all your previous session is deleted, and again if you revisit, you are again a new user kind of thing. Your new session will start, right? So everything starts with new. So that's why the cookie deleted and you are automatically sign out, and again it will ask you to, hey, log in again and do the things from beginning again, right? Like that. So we will understand that in real time. Uh, I'll show you that example because this is important. Cookies are important. We implement that. Everything is important. It's not like that. Whatever I'm teaching, I cleared everything. Okay. And we open. I've cleared a previous cookie. Okay. From go to inspect the network tab. Obviously, we'll open only Amazon. Yeah. Uncheck this section. I have we can select many categories here. So unnecessary the things get loaded here. So I'm just focusing our HTML request because I told you, right, embedded resources. We do not focus much here. So this is the request. This request got fired. So I've cleared everything from previous thing. So I am visiting Amazon as a first. You can, because everything is cleared previously, right? So whenever next time I'm visiting, it's kind of new session, new stuff. Okay. So I visited and you see here response headers are there, and below request headers are there. In request header, you will for first time you'll not see any value kind of thing. Do you see any kind of thing in request header? No. In response header, you will see one value has came. See, which are part of kind of cookie only. You see there is time of expiring that cookie. I just said a cookie also expired. Right? So this will expire in somewhat. So ignore that. Do not focus more on that. What we have to, because we are not not developer and other thing. No need to go in that details. Again, I'm saying we have to understand the concept. So focus on this. This ID has came. See, as I told you, right? A unique ID will be assigned because a new session is going to start, right? So in you we have visited the first time. So any user visiting any website first time, the website will assign you a ID, unique kind of ID. So I'll save it somewhere. Yeah. And using that ID only, it will remember you. Any transaction you do, any user action you do, it will remember. So every user in this world will get a different unique ID whenever he is visiting, let us say Amazon only. So if 10 lakh people are, suppose at a time, same time now they are opening Amazon, this Amazon website. See, first time it is coming from where? Server side only, because where it is present? It is present in response header. So first time I visited the home page and the response scheme of home page, and with that in response header, the server has sent this unique value. Okay, so for all 10 lakh, it will send this unique value. Different. Now, whatever action transaction I'll be doing, you will see this will be exchanged in headers. Okay, and along with cookies will also be there. So this is also part of cookie only, and again the session thing is also there. So just let me click on this refrigerator. So this is refrigerator, and this is that request. This is the request, right? We have response here. Response will come in code format. This is response body. We have understood that. So forget about that. Just come down, sir. You see here, request header. And request header, that ID is going as reference or not. I'll just copy that. So it's same. Right. So next, it means what? Next transaction, what we did, a new request went. With that, this is going. Along with this value keeps on increasing. The session ID, you see, it becomes more alpha in nature, in dynamic in nature. Alphanumeric, but main one is this one, and other information like the user has added 4 products or 5 products, right? Like I've shown you. Even we have not logged in, but whatever you do on that website, that will be saved in this coded form, and using that only server is recognizing. So next time, again the Flipkart, when I'm opening that request, obviously I'll send this all value which is stored will go with that request, and server is sending the page where it again that 4 product is automatically getting added and it is showing to me, right? So this is the thing. So and especially in that the unique ID that using which the server recognizes all the people is this one. So whatever the transaction we will be doing going forward, this will be keep on inter exchanging between the request and here, right? And especially with the request, because first time server assigned that. So I think in response again it will not come, but with every request it will go along with this. So this is one. So you can check that even Gmail and all things. Now again, when we are clearing, this is what it gets cleared. Okay, I'll show you. We will clear this, right? So wait, we'll clear here only. Just delete this. Control shift delete. Control shift delete. Just for you sake, I'm unchecking all. Only cookies is checked, and I'm clearing that. Right? Clear. Now I'll refresh the same page. See here, you'll observe that again in request here, that nothing is there, and again in response, new value came. New value. This is a new value. This is a new ID. So it means that when previous thing you are clearing and again you are revisiting, so it's kind new. See, it's totally different. So a new value will be assigned to you. So till you are there on the browser, until you are doing the things, until you are not clearing your cache, or cache is also expired date, till it's not expiring, you will always be remembered using this ID. Okay. And all your activity, whatever you are doing, let us say you have already signed in or you have added 4 products, for example, all those session will keep saved in that additional that big values that we were seeing, right? Uh, it was little big, and these all are saved in browser. So next time again, if you visit Flipkart or Gmail, you are visiting, since these are stored in the browser, right? So whatever the request goes next time to the server, with that request, that information pass, and he remembers you, and he gives you that page, or let us say the Gmail. He will not ask you to sign in again. He will directly send you the inbox page, all those things because of this. Right? So that is what cookie, and right. So you got the idea how a server is recognizing us. Server do not understand this IP. They do not recognize us using this IP address or MAC address or Wi-Fi address. No, and that is the reason I told you. If you open same two window, and in one you are opening same website, but here you are searching Nike, here you are searching Adidas. So why this exchange is not happening? Uh, this result of Nike result coming here, this result, because same website, same browser, this can happen, right? But why it's not happening? Because that is what every session that you will start will have a unique ID, and whatever you do next time with that, it will be referenced with that unique ID. Okay, and server know that this unique ID came from which browser. So whatever response I have to send, I have to send that to that browser. Okay. So that is the reason these headers are there. This request header, response headers are there. Some additional informations are also there, but this is more important. Okay. So now you understand, right? Cookies and then user session also. What is user session? So every time when we visit a website, first time always we have a new user session till we are not clearing the anything previously. Now, and that is the reason, incognito window, many people are aware of, that is called private window or many things. So whenever you open a private window, this is incognito window, right? You will observe it's clearly written there that Chrome won't save the history, do not worry, but here you see cookies data. It will not save. And that is the reason, suppose, yeah, in a joke sense, suppose you want to do anything privately, people generally say, hey, use incognito window. Why? Because the time you will close this browser, right? After, let us say you are browsing anything here in private window, and the time you will close it, forget about the history. History will be cleared. That is not important, but the cookies will be cleared. And since cookies will be cleared automatically, right? So next time, suppose you are coming and opening, your previous information will not be there. But in normal browser, right? Normal thing. This is normal thing. Their cookies is not cleared by default. Okay, when you close it, they are there, and like just now I've told you also, right? So that's why whenever you are visiting next time, you see the automatically logging to Gmail, or you suppose you have added 4 product, 5 product to Flipkart, you have not signed in also. But again, you will see that if you revisit, you will observe that okay, those 4 products are there in the cart, right? That is the reason. Okay, that is the difference in Cognito and normal Windows also, right? So in normal window, session is kept generally because of cookie, and in Cognito window, automatically that cookies is deleted. And whenever you are next time visiting, you will be always visiting with the fresh stuff. I'll show you just a second. Please, again, we'll go to Flipkart, and suppose quickly we'll add one more product here. Right, you see, this product is there in the cart, so it's there in the cart, right? Cart here. And again, if I open one more normal window of Google Chrome and I visit, it's there. Or even if I close it and again I'll reopen and again I'll visit, it will be there, right? It will be there. But in same in private window, because private window is separate, it has a separate area base of cookie and cache. So if I open the Flipkart, you'll not see the things there. See, do you see anything cart here? No, right? It's totally separate. Okay, this session is totally separate. It's not there. And even if you add it here, so suppose you are adding something to the card, add it to card, it's there, right? So till this window is open, it will be there. It will be there, right? It will be there. It will not come here also because that is two different sessions, two different browser only you can see. This will maintain a separate cookie and cache. This maintains separate cookie caches, right? So that's why we do not see the things exchange also, correct? Right now, suppose I will clear. I'll close this. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to clear anything. I'm just closing this window. See, I close that. So automatically that has been cleared. Now what I'll do again, if I go and visit Cognito and same Flipkart, nothing will be there. Okay, nothing is there. See, cart, nothing is there. So that's what using whenever we use Cognito window, always a fresh session I start, because previous thing what you did, once you just close the browser, the cookies is delete. Cookies is important. People think because of history and other thing is history is nothing. It's link. Okay, but what is the main thing which is responsible for all this thing? That cookie. Okay, cookie deleted. We do not see anything. Right? We do not see. It's again fresh session is starting. New user session, fresh user session. But still here it's there. Right? Here even if I again start a new window, not private, normal window only, or even I close this and again I open that, it will be there, because the normal windows cookies maintained. It's not deleted automatically unless you are deleting or unless it's getting expired. And cookies helps in doing the easy transaction easy also. Why? Because suppose your job is to that every time you have to log into your inbox to reply to mail. So you'll not always log in, right? You'll get frustrated by putting the login and password. So because of cookie, next time when you are coming to Gmail, automatically you are remembered. So your time is saved, right? Same way here, suppose you will be getting some amount maybe after 3 days and you have decided to buy. So now only you are browsing and you have saved that, right? Without logging in also you have saved that. It's your personal laptop, you can do anything, right? So you have saved that. So without logging in also, suppose you have decided 4 products and you have saved that, and after 4 days or 5 days you are receiving some money, you can go ahead and buy out. So that time your time will be saved, right? Again searching that product. So this is how cookie helps in remembering the user session, in remembering that user with the browsers, right? And right, so that is user session and the session ID. You got the idea. Session ID uh, helps in remembering the user with the browser, right? And every time a new session ID starts, whenever a user is freshly visiting, because freshly visiting means first time or visiting or newly visiting by clearing its previous cookies. Okay, so that is the thing. Then we have one example on this cookies only, that this used to happen earlier. Hotstar, it hosts IPL. We can only see IPL on Hotstar, Disney Hotstar, right? Many of you will be knowing. So earlier, few years back, what was happening on Hotstar, you can watch 5 minutes free 5 minutes match. Okay. Uh, so almost 1 over of any match, 1 over, 6 balls. Generally, in 5 to 6 over, it will be done. Sorry, 5 to 6 minutes. 1 over is almost done, right? Doesn't take much time. That fast the players work, and we have 20 overs only in IPL, I think. Yeah, I do not have much interest in cricket, but yes, I think 20 overs are there, right? So suppose that website is showing you 5 minutes free. So 1 over you have watched for free, right? Again, after 5 minutes, what that website was saying, that now sign in, and then only you can watch. So there was a catch in that. Catch means loophole. So what user were doing that time? They were clearing here he's written cache. I've just taken the screenshot to show you guys. Actually, this cache is not responsible for this. This is wrong. This is cookie. This is a real screenshot I have taken from somewhere, and this is correct thing. Cookie. So that user was deleting the cookie, or you can use the incognito mode as I said, and you can watch the 5 minute free. Again, you close the incognito. Again, open the incognito. You are always a new user, so you'll again watch the 5 minute free. So like that, if you do 20 times, 20 overs done, right? Okay, so like that, people used to save subscription and all those things. because of this loophole now, like I'm showing you whether this really works or not, this cookie, how powerful it is. So because of this loophole now, if you go to Hotstar, it has given, it's still 5 minutes is free, but it has implemented a OTP based 5 minute. Means you have to suppose come on, suppose IPL is going, and if you want to watch that, you can try. It will ask you uh, that enter your mobile number and watch that 5 minutes. That 5 minute session is still there. Okay, for IPL especially. So you can watch that, right? But it will ask you to put the phone number after, and then you'll receive a OTP, and then you'll watch 5 minutes free. And after that, obviously 5 minutes, server no OTP is already entered. He has the information with you, and automatically you will be logged out, and he will say to purchase the plan. Now again, next time, suppose you in your home you have 3 to 4 phone numbers, right? And you have used that one time. Next time from where you will bring, correct? You have to purchase, right? So this is there. So now they have done OTP based. I've seen somewhere, or when the live match will go, you can check. You can check also. That is there. So that was a loophole. That is the power of cookie. Okay. That is, and you must have seen. That is the reason people say that on. You may have heard many times. Even banks say that on a public Wi-Fi, do not use any banking thing or any secure transaction. Public Wi-Fi. Why? Because public Wi-Fi can get hacked, right? And all what we do is same saved somewhere in the network tab. Even the user and password we send, that can be seen in the network tab. The traffic that goes, traffic is what? It's a request only. It goes over to the network. And there are sniffing tool. Sniffing tool, our JMeter is also a sniffing tool. We'll see, we'll learn how JMeter sniffs the request, right? That is what recording. So they can put some sniffing tool on the network, and they can read your whole information, your password, your OTP, your phone number that you are entering. Whole thing we can see, right? I have just shown you in network tab, right? How easy this thing is. Right? People do not. People think, hey, we are secure. We are not secure. Right? So everything is there. Okay. So if anyone intercepts your request in middle, he gain everything, right? Even let us say you are doing anything, and he get the your session ID and that cookie value, which was there. He can implement that, okay, and start a session on your name. The hacker can do that on his behalf, and he'll be doing that, right? He can read your user and password. This, right? So these things are there, and that is the reason many time people say that when you are on public laptop, clear the things, right? Know that why? Because of this reason. Or when you are on public Wi-Fi, do not use any secured transaction banking thing or other thing, so it can be hacked. Okay, it can be hacked. Everything is there. You see, everything is there. So what we have learned till now, even if you enroll for this course or not, that is not important. But this is important for any user. Okay, this is important for. This is important for. I think this is showing highlight, or that's why I'm not getting that. But when live match will start, na, you try that. Okay. Now it is asking for phone number, or maybe many of you may have tried that. OTP based. So 5 minutes is free for uh, like you have to enter the phone number. Earlier that was the loophole. So whatever we have learned till now, this same thing will be implemented in any performance testing tool, because we have to send the request at the end of day. And so for one user, we have to send the request, for 5 users, for 1,000 users, right? This is thing, receive the response, check the load time, server behavior, right? So in any performance testing tool. So this all thing, how to do, we are going to next, we are going to learn from JMeter. That is what this course is, right? So that was the basic and foundation what we did. Cookies and cache. Cookies is important. This all cookies is implemented again in any performance testing script that we prepare. Cache is also implemented when you do a client side performance testing, right? So that is there, right? So whatever we have learned till now, even if you are enrolling this course or not, you might have got a very good information in for your life also. These informations are very useful, right? Even because this has nothing to do with performance testing directly. These are day-to-day information any user should know. Okay? Any person in this technical person should know, right? So that is done. So next tomorrow we'll see. I'll talk about more on client side and server side. Then we'll talk architectures. I'll talk about, right, the different architectures. So one more day on that, and yeah, then we are good to go. Okay. Then after that we will enter into JMeter. We'll start using JMeter. So that is for today. Any question you have? Fine, then no question. Right? So we'll